I have always believed the road to excess leads to the palace of wisdom. I got a pin all the way over here.
Please make your voice be heard.
And I'm leaving society to move out to the country and smoke crystal meth with rednecks.
Maybe you have a differing opinion than us. Maybe we're completely wrong, and you are the one lone person in the world that is right.
That's why you're here tonight. Eventually, me and Dave Jarvis are going to Hollywood.
But guess what? Some of us are actually pretty friendly.
Yeah, but most of us suck.
Fine, upstanding young man. Fine, upstanding young man.
Smoke weed.
Are you ready for the best blast of your fucking lives? Welcome to Blow Your Brains Out. I'm Ricky Warden. We deliver the goods every Wednesday night. With me tonight, look right here, we have the lovely Ariel up against all odds. Yeah, we're going to have a blast all night. You guys strap in. Are you ready for the magical, the mighty, the mystical? Dave motherfucking Jarvis.
Hello, Brainiacs. This is your weekly dose of the podcast that proves you don't need fun to have alcohol. My friends, I'm a passionate man. I'm the kind of man who in the middle of sex thinks one of us is going to die. But lately, I've been feeling estranged from my penis. There will be moments where I have sex and I look down and I think, he doesn't even need me. I wish in those moments I could astral project out of my body and sit on the other side of the room masturbating to me fucking. Truthfully, I'm a triumphant fraud with an angry Roman Catholic cock out to get some payback. Yeah, many times I just want to lay there and occasionally toss out an oh baby, oh baby. But then I'm reminded of the time my coworker did exactly that. He laid flat on his back while his girl was going to town, riding him like a seesaw, up and down, round and round, and she went up just a little too high and came down at just that wrong angle and ouch, broke my coworker's dick. May I just say that the faces this man made for the next 2 months are very similar to the faces you guys just made. It hurts me just thinking about it. His disfigured, gangrenous wiener flapping gently in the wind like some kind of diseased windsock. At the same time, he was a terrible person, so it brought great joy to my heart seeing his face contort and wince whenever he had to go to the bathroom. And if you're still out there, James, you peeled potato meth head, don't forget to floss. And here is today's clickbait. Happy birthday to David Byrne of Talking Heads and Dan Auerbach of the Black Keys. 10-cent pistols and psycho killers unite. And speaking of disturbing death scenes, on this date in 1976, 33-year-old Keith Relf, formerly lead singer of the Yardbirds, was electrocuted while tuning a guitar, which was not properly earthed. The accident happened in his West London home, where he was discovered still holding the plugged-in electric guitar. That's what you get for fingering A minor in a G string. And that's why no one lets me in their house anymore. In local news, in Plano, a young couple were caught having sex in a cemetery this past weekend. Officials became aware of the couple when the man stood up and said he wished he had a flashlight. The woman was heard responding, "Me too, you've been eating grass for the past 10 minutes. This just in from Dustin Tyler Bingham. Looking to add a rhythm section, bass and drums, and maybe a second lead, guitar, fiddle, steel, slide, mandolin, or banjo. Preferably around the McKinney area. This is a male-female with Ruby Chantel-led original Americana project, countrified folk, blues, and rock. Must be a human, no cannibals or scarecrows. If you are interested, contact Dustin Tyler Bingham. All right, everybody, from the Blow Your Brains Out studio in Skin Tag, Texas, where the only difference between hungry and horny is where you stick the cucumber. Please welcome to the stage Don Mills and Flatline Road. How you doing, gentlemen?
Hey, guys, how are y'all?
doing good.
We are fantastic. Everybody, if y'all are interested, check out Flatline Road at flatlineroad.com. They just had their first practice in 3 years, so they're coming back with a vengeance. In fact, we caught them in the middle of a practice right now. Sorry to interrupt, but it's so cool that y'all are willing to join us on practice day.
Well, we appreciate the offer, and yeah, it's been a lot of fun. We played together for a while, then had a little bit of about a 2-3 year break, and we decided to get back together and get things back up and rolling. And we had our first practice 2 weeks ago, and tonight's night for 2. So it's running through the set, writing some new songs, start reinventing what we've been doing.
So y'all are working on new material, or are y'all tweaking the old material, or both?
We're doing a little bit of both, actually. We're doing a little bit of tweaking some of the old stuff that we've done over the years, and then writing some new material. Plan on putting out a new EP and get a couple music videos shot for those songs, and just kind of continue on moving the way down. Got Jimmy over here cracking jokes behind us, so it's pretty fun, man. But yeah, we really have a great time. Yeah, there was the first night we had a chance to get back together about 2 weeks ago, and you know, Chris has got to tell everybody he's number one.
Shout out, Chris. Good to see you, brother.
Yeah. So yeah, we really enjoy it, man. We love writing music, playing out. We've had a lot of fun. We've got to open up for a lot of great guys. We've got to headline a couple of really great shows, and it's been just something that we all love doing. Everybody here plays in other projects when we're not together, and then we just gotta have fun getting together. Just don't pull my hair again. What's left?
That is wonderful.
I fell on it when I was a kid. That's why my head's flat.
So for those out there in TV land, Don is actually a seasoned veteran of show business. You've actually been in and around the camera since 1995.
Yeah.
Shoot, the credits read like a who's who of, you know, Mount Rushmore of media. Let's see, you got the Media Force out in Keller. You currently work for Life Today. You also work for the Country Network, CRM Studios, KTXS 12 ABC. Man, so you know what you're doing.
It's been a little bit. I used to work for a production company that worked with Fox and NASCAR, and I was out on the track for about 5 years, shooting all pit cams and stuff like that. Then corporate videos, marketing videos. Been around the world a little bit. And what about your pits? Oh yeah, I was pit cam. So Jimmy's over here giving me the sign for the pit cam apparently, and shot a lot of music videos for artists in Texas and Nashville, whatever, and tons of interviews backstage with artists on tour buses, going around with them, and just had a lot of fun throughout the years of being in television and stuff. So now I get the opportunity to go to Africa and Southeast Asia and anywhere that the Life Outreach Group goes to. It's a lot of fun. It really is.
That's wonderful, man. So I guess you will be the one shooting the music videos for Flatline Road.
Well, I direct them. It's hard to shoot it and be in it. So what I do is I got a bunch of guys that I've worked with over the years that I ask them to come join us and come hang out, have some fun with us, and they'll bring out all their gear and come out. I'll come up with a crazy idea or whatever. We'll shoot it, and then I go back and do the edit myself, and then get with our radio promoter and our video promoter, get them out, and let everybody get a chance to be able to see kind of the crazy ideas we come up with. The last one we did at an airport over in Fort Worth, and the pilot I ran into because I wanted to do this idea of having the music video was I was a mechanic at an airfield, and I fell asleep at my desk. Woke up and I dreamed I was in a band and we were going to shoot the band playing in a hangar. Well, the pilot said that, well, if you're going to work on my gear, you're going to have to test it before you give it back to me. And I'm like, well, that's cool, whatever. So I keep talking the concept with him and all this stuff. And then he says, well, I'm waiting for you to tell me where we're going to test it. And I'm like, so you're saying we can crank your airplane? He goes, yeah, we can crank my plane. I'm like, wow, that's cool. He goes, but you still got to show me that the work's done. I'm like, I'm lost. What are you talking about? He goes, well, you got to fly it. I'm like, dude, I don't know how to fly an airplane. So he said, I'll sit in the front, I'll fly it, You sit in the back, we'll put the cameras on you guys and make it look like y'all are flying the plane. So I'm like, okay, cool. What I didn't know is this guy was an AT-10 Warthog instructor for the U.S. Army back in the 1980s. And he did loops, barrel rolls. We flew probably 20 feet above the lake, passing fishing boats and stuff. I mean, this dude was just nuts. So we got beautiful footage of planes flying in the air, doing barrel rolls, going upside down, doing loops, all kinds of stuff. And then we put the band out on a trailer out in the field, and he flew probably 15, 20 feet above their heads at about 110 miles an hour.
Wow.
And it was just absolutely an insane video project. It was a lot of fun.
At first, I thought you were describing a dream, but you were actually describing a story like that actually happened.
If you go to YouTube, look up Flatline Road, our music video, What's Your Story? That was me and an airplane pilot sitting in a hangar with a couple of beers coming up with that whole crazy idea that we decided to do. And called a buddy of mine who's a little person, and he dressed up in a tuxedo. We had a Ferrari, we had a Cobra, 2 beautiful female models, a third airplane, and a guy who actually wore a 1934 zoot suit in the music video. And what did we use? 7 cameras?
Minimum.
Yeah, 7 or 8 cameras. So it was a lot of fun. It was 3 days of shooting, and I mean, it was just it was one of the funnest experiences we've got to do. Other than getting to open up for some really cool guys over the years and stuff, but
Wow.
you know,
That's dope.
it's pretty wild, man.
Do you know Dan McNew?
That
Dan
name sounds-
McNew, the guy that did Ride for Dime?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, he does a lot of filmography and things that you would enjoy.
I need to check that stuff out. It was funny because I used to run into Video Bob all the time down in Deep Ellum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we played one night over at Ridgely Theater. We were main support for David Allen Coe.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Awesome.
you know, Bob had gotten into building fantasy cars of Time Machine DeLoreans, 18 van, Ghostbuster, Echo 1s, and all of this.
Yeah.
And so this Rolls Royce Phantom pulled up. Yeah. So this Rolls Royce Phantom pulled up that night backstage.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there going, who the heck could possibly be that?
Yeah.
And here comes Video Bob coming out in that black shirt, red suspenders, and
Shit.
charcoal slacks. And I'm like, dadgum, dude, you have done so well. Now he's out in Vegas, and he's renting all those movie cars and just making a killing.
Wow. That's great. So happy for him, man. Wishing him the best. I know his place caught on fire last year out there in Vegas. And so I'm sure he's back with a bang. And I saw some things come from him recently. So wishing Video Bob the best always.
Yeah. Great guy. He did a lot for the community here in DFW. That's for sure.
For a good time, everybody go Video Bob. Hey, for another good time, look here. We've got a special guest here, everybody. This on the screen is Days X is how you know him. He's everybody's N-word.
Speaking of
Good to see
having
you,
a good
Brett. How are
time,
you, buddy?
Good.
You excited
for
about
those that
all odds?
All right.
Real quick,
Right.
Don, this is Brett. He's the drummer for the band Against All Odds. This is
What's
his
up, man?
first
Nice
time
to
to
meet you.
actually be on the show. That's what's special about this moment, everybody. He's been in the chats almost every week. So everybody knows him as Days X in the chats. Brett, you happen to be one of the baddest ass drummers in Dallas-Fort Worth. How's your band doing?
How we doing?
There's not a dumpster fire behind us.
I
which
just
is
show
good.
up. Hey Don, when you flew the Warthog, did you guys like get to play with the machine guns and?
Oh, unfortunately, the Warthogs were not the planes we got to fly in.
No.
The guy who owned the plane that we flew was an A-10 Warthog instructor. But
Okay.
I promise you this. If they'd have put me in that plane, I would have been rapping on that gun so fast. There's no question about it. I'd have gone to town on that thing, man. I'd have
You ever
loved it.
heard what that? You ever heard what that gun sounds like?
I think we just did.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us again what it sounds like, Brett?
Don just did it. It's like, it's like the
Oh, yeah.
cyclic rate is so fucking fast. It's insane.
All right, sorry for interrupting. All right, Don, what's your version? Oh, put everybody on the spot. All right, just when you get back to it.
Oh, that's
Well,
pretty funny,
folks, we've got to welcome Ariel back from her nice little trek, hanging out with Nicolas Cage, trying to find the national treasure.
I did, in fact, find national treasure called Peace and Quiet.
I saw pictures of you trying to communicate with the birds.
Yes.
Any luck?
No, but we have a really fun video with a raccoon I need to share with you guys. It's hilarious.
All right.
This fool taking a still in trash. It was cute. No. Yeah, try to make friends with birds and they just kept flying away.
Get your ass back here. You listen
Chasing
to this
after
song.
them, running into the ocean, and they're still flying away.
Shoot with a warthog.
Well,
Should have hit it with a warthog.
If only.
All right, we've got a question for you in the chats, Don. What's going on with the Mozart in the background?
That thing back there, I think, what you're talking about?
I'm guessing.
That's Kurt.
I'm thinking it's your guy's shirt, Amadeus.
Oh, drummer.
Oh, the drummer's shirt. Oh, that guy right there. Hang on a second.
Good eye, Dave. Good eye.
Amadeus. So, Ariel, you spent some time in Mexico.
Yes. So
How long were you down there?
I heard from a little birdie that somebody in your band is not allowed to go to Mexico.
Is it the same bird that you chased them?
No.
It's the same one wearing the Amadeus shirt.
Yeah. Okay.
He did an extended stay in Mexico.
Save that for later.
And it wasn't in Riviera Maya at it wasn't all inclusive. It was all
Okay.
inclusive.
Okay.
But there was no beaches. So this is happening over here.
We got theme music going. Got it.
So
Sweet, Carol.
we're gonna let Garrett tell his story about his extended stay in Mexico because there's not many bands that have this type of opportunity and this type of story. Because when we did a radio tour, we went to go push out our single "What's Your Story," and once one radio station found out about it, it traveled to all the other stations. Before we got to the stations, they played our single and we talked about it for about 30 seconds. And the rest of the time, they want to talk to Garrett about his extended stay. It wasn't that pleasurable.
Take it away.
Let's get real here. Yeah, it wasn't. I wasn't chasing birds and using warthogs and having a good time on the beach. It was more border town-esque, if you will, like border town chic there in Ojinaga. So I'll just say this: if you've ever been to Big Bend, Texas, it's a lot of fun. Don't leave the park. So don't go get firewood, right? So,
Okay.
But you're missing the most important part of this rule. What do you not put in your car when you're going to look for firewood?
Don't put a
Cocaine.
45 in the driver's seat.
Not cocaine.
They don't like that.
You don't?
3 to 4 days turns into 36 days.
Cocaine was in his pocket.
That's right. Oh, the cocaine was not a problem. It was the
Cocaine was in his prison
I heard
pocket.
you wrote a song down there.
So
Jailbreak.
yeah, it's called jailbreak. So, kind of tell the story is he made a mistake. He and his girlfriend went down to Big Bend National Park to go camping, and they needed to go get firewood because they were tent camping. They got onto some desert road, started down, no shoulders on either side. They got into a traffic jam, and they just kept following with the traffic, thinking somewhere we're going to turn around. Well, it turned out it was a border crossing. That was on some small dirt road or asphalt road, and it was ran by the Mexican officials, right?
Yeah, they're in Ojinaga.
Yeah, and so they couldn't turn around, so they had to go through. They x-rayed Garrett's truck and saw the gun in the car, pulled him out, sent his girlfriend walking across the border to get a bus to go back home, and they went ahead and took him down to Chihuahua.
Shit.
Whoops.
Yeah.
So he is stuck in a Mexican prison for 45 days, but because he's an artist, musician, he found a guitar, made friends with everybody. And so, what did they always say when they needed some music entertainment? So go get the gringo, is how it was. And he, thankfully, obviously, he got to be able to come back now. But that was a scary time for Garrett and all of us, because I got a call from his girlfriend, his wife now, but his girlfriend at the time, saying, Garrett's not going to make it to practice next week. And I'm like, why not? We got practice. He's always there. Why is he not going to make it? Well, he didn't come back from Mexico. And I said, y'all didn't go to Mexico. He goes, no, actually we did on an accident. And so he ended up being down in a Mexican prison for that amount of time.
He never visited me, by the way. I was really excited about that.
Rude. No letters.
It's scary.
Don't
What
even
again?
write.
I talked to his girlfriend the whole time, made sure she communicated with him. And
the P.O. box address was incorrect.
Yeah, P.O. box address was incorrect.
That's hilarious.
You gotta sneak back in and out. Yeah, it was.
So now you're not allowed to go back for how many years?
Indefinitely.
Well, they
would probably never go back. I'd have so much PTSD. Just would never go.
Yeah.
We're
I'm
done.
just gonna think about going to the Bahamas as opposed to
Smart call.
Cancun.
Yeah.
Something like that.
You can't do that. So yeah,
What do they
he had
feed
a
you in
little bit
there?
of trouble about that. I'm sorry?
What do they feed you in there?
Beans and ham.
Beans?
And they drag
Ooh.
a bucket of beans and ham. If you're lucky, you get bread in the morning. And then during the day, believe it or not, if you're on the top level, you might get a really nice meal from all the Mexican cartels and the mafia. Not to go too deep on it, but if you make some really good friends, you can get the a nice like extra quesadilla off the grill in the chorizo in Mexico.
Right.
But you gotta know people.
All right. I don't know if I want to
The
know
way you roll,
those
brother. I
people,
like the way
but
you roll.
let's
Want to
get
give a
on.
shout out to Majin? Hey, y'all, we have Puerto Rico in the house. There's that guitar. So that's what Dank was requesting right there.
There you go.
Yeah, you
Is
want to
that
see
a
the guitar? I
hummingbird,
saw
he
that.
says. I was talking about the guitar. So there it is. What's it sound like?
Crap.
All right, well, here's your audience. You got the trespassers watching tonight. Shout out to the trespassers. We'll play them on Blow Your Brains Out Radio. This is Majin. This is the singer for Puerto Rico, playing our show June 14th. And then, of course, hello, Megan. We got Megan Moshpit in the chats, and hopefully she'll be on later for concert calendar and Blow Your Brains Out Radio if you want to.
All right, so the meat and potatoes, or in this case, the ham and the beans of this whole interview is: what is Flatline Road up to? Where are you going? Where are you coming from? And how are you at this particular moment?
Well, so the history of it is we're all rock and metal musicians. Chris was in bands. Chris Osborne here was in bands a lot in the 2000s, and he and I used to play a lot of shows together. From my band and his band would team up, do a lot of shows together. And then back in 2017, 18, I decided that.
What's up, Chris?
I've got
What's up, brother? Good to see you, man. He's the madman of the band right there. He's looking like Chris Holmes over there holding it down. Yeah, you.
Chris is incredible. Chris is awesome. So I decided that I wanted to start something a little different other than rock, metal stuff. Because, having a good job, career, having a wife, kid, cars, house, what the hell am I mad about, right? So I can't walk up on stage and start screaming at everybody because my life's actually okay. And so I got to the point where I realized I don't need to scream at everybody all the time. So I asked a couple of rock guys if they'd be interested in doing something country-ish with a Southern rock feel to it. And we started Flatline Road back in 2017, 18, and started moving forward that way. And we've done a lot of really cool shows, a lot of fun people. And then we had a unexpected break like everybody else did in 2020. And we kind of played a little pop shows here and there, played a lot of corporate gigs, made a lot of money at a couple of places, and then kind of took a break for the past year and a half because Chris has a lot of great projects he's involved in. He's got a 80s tribute, which is a 80s, 90s rock tribute band called Saving Yesterday. And he's very busy with that. But then he also plays a lot of solo acoustic stuff. Our bass player, Chadwick, is hanging out over here. He does a lot of shows and gets on the road with a lot of other artists too. And Garrett plays with some other people. So we kind of had a break while everybody else was getting up and rolling, and I was busy working in TV, so I didn't have a lot of time. And then we decided to start getting back together, and our goal is to start writing a bunch of new material, bring back a lot of the songs that we had a lot of fan base that really liked and loved and sang along with us, and shoot a couple new music videos. And for the most part, probably Dallas-Fort Worth area, because we're all 45 and above, and these guys store too much to be on a tour bus with, so I'm not going to do that. Yeah, I'm the one that's a lot, like 8 feet.
Well, that's awesome, man. And y'all have kept the same lineup throughout the years?
No, lineups changed a little bit. Everything but myself has changed a little bit. We're on our second drummer, second bassist, second guitars, and but we don't function like a lot of the country projects or some rock projects. We're all 50-50 in this case. We don't have it as, Don Mills and the four henchmen, and I got to make all the decisions, and they just come in and play what I play and say, we're going to do this tonight. You guys just abide. We sit down, we talk about it together as a group. We run it like everybody did in their bands when they were in their 20s. Everybody kind of hung out together and did it all together. That guy's not in the band, but he's a good guy. He's a good friend.
He's lying.
Yeah.
That's Luke Skywalker.
No, better Luke Skywalker.
No, I'm not Luke Skywalker. I'm Obi-Wan.
We have a lot of fun doing our stuff, and then being on the TV side for music for the past 10 years was an absolute blast. And now I work for a TV show that goes over to Africa, and we in Southeast Asia. Pictures. No, God, my yearbook pictures.
No, look.
Oh yeah, there they are. Right. And so we go over there and we shoot stories about what people are going through over there and their food situation, drought, water wells, stuff like that. So it's really kind of cool because I'm getting to actually change lives and save lives with this company, which everything else I've done is absolutely great and a lot of fun. But this is actually meaningful and it's purpose and it's got
so cool.
Real reason to be behind it. People actually benefit.
I love it, man. What a wonderful
really
job.
Cool.
Do you see what the people you're working with? Do you see an effect? Do you see like their water getting better or getting more water? I mean, I'm talking out my ass because I have no idea, but.
Well, what we do is we go to villages that their only sources of water is a stock pond. And, you know, we see those here in Texas all over. But if you had to think for a minute that your only source of water was walking a mile to the Trinity River right outside of Fort Worth, and you get a bucket out of that and drink it right there. That's what they are having to do. And so what our company does is receives funding and donations to help drill water wells that are sealed. And so they get clean water for the entire village. So the well will run 70, 80 years.
Awesome.
Yeah, huge deal. And then we put shoes on kids' feet at schools. We'll feed the entire school for the day. Then we'll take food, medicine into villages and stuff. And so we make a TV show about that. And I'm one of the producers and cameramen on that show. So out of the whole organization, there's about 8 or 10 of us that get to actually go on the trips and see what's actually happening. And I'm super excited I get to be a part of it.
I'm excited with you, man. Where can we see the show at, Don?
If you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, it's on Daystar, the religious channel. It's Live Today with James and Betty Robbins. It's a really great show. They're a very great Christian organization, and they've been doing this since the 80s. And it's a lot of fun. It's hard work. It's really interesting to meet the people that we meet and do what we do.
What's the name of the show again?
It's Life Today, Life Today with James and Betty Robbins. It's a really cool show.
And your work is just featured as part of that show?
So I'm a producer on that show, and what I do is I edit the stories that we go over and shoot, and then I come back and we come back and put together the stories that air during the show.
Right. Okay.
And there's probably 8 or 9 of us that are put together the stories, because we go there. Like I was there in March in South Sudan, and we're shooting for 9 days straight.
Wow.
And we were over there for 10. So we fly from here to Qatar, and then from Qatar down to Kenya, spend the night, and then we get into a puddle jumper airplane and fly from Kenya to South Sudan. And we had to land on dirt airfields, dirt runways with no lighting, no nothing, no power. It was just a flat place next to these villages. And we come out with our cameras, read everybody, and they had pre-set up who we were going to talk to, what they found stories for us. And so we would go shoot the stories that they would ask us to do. But then also we were looking and trying to find people that we just discovered. And I literally saw a woman with a 10-gallon jug on her head, and she was 6 months pregnant and walking. She had walked 3 miles to go get water and walking back to her mud hut, which is a round adobe hut with sticks and all that. And that's her house, and her whole family lives there. And incredible stories of human survival that you would never expect. And it's interesting because a lot of people ask me, why don't they just move? If they're where they're at, there's no food, no water, why don't they move? Well, 6 months of the year is rainy season and everything grows and everything's great. Then 6 months of the year is a dry season, ain't nothing growing. So basically, I want you to live here in DFW for 6 months, then everything goes bad. Then I want you to pack all your stuff up and move to Colorado and afford a place in Colorado. And then 6 months, I want you to come on back down here, and hopefully your home and everything is still there, has not been robbed and everything pulled out of it and all this jazz. And these are people that have survived this way.
Yeah, here's a picture of these beautiful people in front of, I assume, is their home.
That's their house.
Wow.
Yeah, they built that, and that's their house. And when we were over there, the temperature was probably 110 all day long, and it ain't 110 like we have. We hurt here, we get hot, but
we have swimming pools here. We have showers and swimming pools.
Yeah, so they swim in the same rivers they pull water from. And they tell us about the dangers of that. It could be anything from literally pythons, hippopotamuses, crocodiles, that they're pulling water out of the same places that these animals are in. So we get to drill water wells for these villages and stuff. And it's really cool. It's great work to get to do. And I'm just honored to be a part of it.
Amazing, bro. Really? This is for you and the people over. Yeah, man. I'm a human before I am anything else. I love to see some humanity, brother. Thank you.
Do they tell you? Do they tell you any of the organizations that donate? The only reason why I ask is because I used to work for Pacific Dental Services, and there was a part of the year that we would raise funds through our patients and our own money. We would donate to provide clean water sources in the same areas that you mentioned. So do they ever tell you any of the other organizations, or?
We work with a group called For Africa, is a big partner for ours over there. And they spell that AFKIRA, Africa. Yeah. And they're a group that does a lot of work over there on a regular basis, every day, whatever. And what we do is, our organization's a 501c, so it's all donations and given, blessed and stuff. And what we do is we send a crew over to show actually what the money is going to. Right. Instead of just taking all the money in and then nobody knows what happens with it. We send
saying, bless the Lord.
Well, yeah.
No, you're over there documenting it. That's great.
To actually show what's happening.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's cool. I love that. That's wonderful. I do a lot of volunteers, so it's really nice to see other people in the world that volunteer and highlight others, and because sometimes you don't see the good that you're doing or the good that goes on.
Right.
So it's great to hear that somebody's experiencing it firsthand and making it like publicized and known. So I think it's beautiful what y'all do. So.
Well, thank you. And one of the other things they've been starting in is they're getting involved into the human trafficking that's happening in Southeast Asia.
Mm-hmm.
And they are working with partners that are building orphanages, because what the problem is, all these girls are getting pulled out, but they've been kidnapped. They have no idea who their families are or anything, and they have nowhere to go. So they have to build these orphanages, put these girls in to school them, educate them, teach them working skills, be able to go to work, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And they help in building these orphanages, for lack of better terms, for hundreds of girls at a time.
You could
That's what we're doing right now. But
that's what they're doing.
Flatline Road stuff, creative outlet. Get out of that a little bit, because that can be hard a lot. I mean, we literally shot a child who passed away, and watched the mother watch the kid get married.
Oh.
So it's really hard stuff that we have to deal with, and we have to be there for. So being able to
way to bring the mood down.
Yeah, jump out and play in the music and stuff makes it a lot easier to kind of raise it up a little bit.
Yeah. Put it out there on a platform.
Absolutely.
You're like a diplomatic Indiana Jones.
I've even got the bad hat. I'll be honest with you. I wear it on a regular basis.
Have any of your new friends inspired any songs?
You know, we have just gotten to the point where we're just starting to write again. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of that comes into play. Country music, rock music is real hard to be able to speak about that stuff. But if it comes right and be right, then I'll and I'm sorry I don't have the hat with me. I would put it on for you, but I don't have the hat with me. It's at home. We're in a rehearsal studios right now in Fort Worth. So if I had the hat with me, I'd put it on for you, buddy.
It's okay. You have a lovely top of the head anyway.
You do.
Well, I've spent a lot of time rubbing my head going, what is going on around here? I've rubbed
how did I end up on this program with these people? I understand. I rub my head like that quite frequently.
I got a Facebook instant message, asked if I'd be a part of it. That's how this started.
Wonder who that was from.
Yeah. But it's been
all right,
really
so
cool.
check it out real quick, Don. We got people in the chats. Got to give a shout out to Against All Odds, that killer band everybody loves. We got Perico in the chats. Perico's a band playing on our show, Blow Your Brains Out, the heaviest metal fest on June the 14th at Holtham Theater. So good to see Perico in the chats. Hopefully you guys have time to hop on during the Blow Your Brains Out or weekly concert calendar. He's telling someone to check that sound, playa. All right, so I guess we're caught up on the chats. Thank you, everybody, for being here. The heaviest metal fest.
So I'm wondering, do we have any Flatline Road music?
No, I don't. Do I?
No.
Did you send me Flatline music?
I thought I might have, but
I know.
Guitar.
You still have time. You got my email. Send me a song so I can load it up. I don't see one here unless you sent it from another email.
Oh, you need an MP3.
Yeah, I need an MP3 under 30 megabytes.
Okay.
Now I'll take an MP4. I'll take an MP4 video. I can play a music video.
Well,
I will say this: they are holding instruments right now.
Oh yeah, you can play live.
There's that guy there.
No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure there, Chris.
No pressure
All right,
at
Chris
all.
Osborne sitting right here. What do you want to play, buddy? So how about a ballad? Is that cool?
Great, thank you.
Country song, rock ballad, is that all right?
I'm gonna mic off.
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. Does that guitar sound all right? You can thumbs up, thumbs down.
It's faint, but we can hear it.
I saw you, I was lost for words. No, I didn't know what to say. Your blue eyes paralyzed, your voice made me weak in my knees. Now what can I say? Everything in my life turned to dust. And everything I do is for you. I want you, I need you, I feel you here in my life. Yeah, I'm begging, I'm pleading, I'm praying that you will stay. Baby, please don't walk away.
Nice.
Give me that real voice you got. I see that light going on over there.
Hey, I'm liking it. Yeah, you have no fear, brother. You're all natural. Thank you.
Every time you look into my eyes.
Woo.
Here's the best part. Your sweet kiss, your soft touch, your warm embrace drives me insane. What can I say? Everything in love is for you. God knows when it rains, it pours. I want you, I need you, I feel you here in my life. Yeah, I'm begging, I'm pleading, I'm praying that you will stay. You baby, please don't walk away. We're getting there. Ariel's feeling it.
We're with you.
Lying next to you, holding you so close, and I feel you. Then you whisper in my ear. You say, I want you, I need you, I feel you here in my life. Yeah, begging, I'm pleading, I'm praying that you will stay. No, baby, please don't walk away. Baby, don't. Baby, don't walk away. Yeah, yeah. Oh, just please stay. Don't walk away. There you go. It sounds a whole lot louder.
Wow.
Band.
That was beautiful,
Yeah,
man.
we got mostly vocals, but dude, sound like we were listening to Sammy Hagar, so I'm good, man. I like some Red Rocker.
Can't try.
Yeah, I hear that a lot. I hear that a lot. I hear that, and then everybody's like, if Scott Stapp ever did country, that'd be you.
Yeah, well, listen, dude. Sammy Hagar, like it or not, is one of the all-time best vocalists, period. Suck it.
I agree with that 100%. I did not. I like Van Halen, but I wasn't a fan until he took over. That 5150 album hit me. That hit me. And it was funny because we were starting to get things going here, and I started singing a little bit of Sammy when we were getting started and stuff. And they kind of looked at me like, no, we're not going to cover that.
Yeah, some I Can't Drive 55.
Epic.
Finish what you started, you know. But I really love the Sammy Van Halen. That was, to me, my favorite. It was the best. And he's got his TV show that's just doing fantastic. His series that he does is just unreal. We got Van Halen playing, Sammy playing.
Yeah, I'm so thankful. I don't think he's been doing a lot of them as much recently, but I'm so thankful he did those shows.
Yeah. Well, and he's doing a great job doing interviews. They're shooting it well. He's interviewing well. They've just got a really great thing.
Oh, dude, come on. He's out there with one of the best touring bands in the world right now.
Crazy. There he goes. He's singing it off, man. So here's a question I've got. I see all the drank in chat. Drank. What does that mean? Is that a positive or a negative or what?
Dank?
There's just somebody saying drank.
Dank. It's dank. D-A-N-K.
Oh, dank. I'm sorry, I read it wrong.
Drank.
I don't have my glasses on right now. Dank.
Okay, we're all just having a good time together, so no worries. Dank is a band that we love and support, and they're a local band. You guys ought to look them up, do shows together because they're fucking killer outlaw country, man.
Oh, now I like that. That's cool. If they're kind of the same style. We don't like going to a venue and playing all night long. We like putting kind of the old Deep Ellum style back together and going out playing shows with 2 or 3 guys and get a variety of the night. You know, unfortunately, a lot of the artists in Texas are having to fill a 3-hour slot by themselves. It's great money. They make a lot of. Oh, you're doing 4 hours. Yeah.
Well, check it out. See right here, they're called Dank Country. So just look them up and do some shit together.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dank,
so,
hit me up, man. You guys, if y'all are on here, hit me up, message me, send me some of your stuff. Let's talk about trying to do some jams and stuff.
Yeah, you were saying earlier you opened for David Allen Co. That must have been pretty awesome.
That's where the money.
That was a crazy night. We did 2 shows. We did 2 shows with David, and that was really wild. And then we did a big one with Cody. Played with Jared Neiman. Molly Hatchet was a crazy one. We got to play with them. Yeah, we did that during COVID at Arlington Theater, and it was just us and Molly. So we got to play an hour and a half. They played an hour and a half, and everybody hung out at the T-shirt place with masks on and gloves. Nobody wanted to touch anybody, but did that. And then we played with Gilby Clarke of Guns N' Roses. Got to play with him, and that was fun. But I think maybe my favorite one so far that we've got to do was the night we got to join up with a band called Last in Line.
Awesome. And with Vivian Campbell?
Yes. And
with Vivian Campbell and Vivian Appice on drums?
Yep. And Vivian and I go way back because he was in a band in the late 90s in Los Angeles with my cousin. They were a band called the River Dogs. And then when they got their deal with Capitol Records, they started moving up. And then Kurt Cobain came out with Nirvana. And if you weren't a Def Leppard, a Van Halen, a Warren, a Bon Jovi, Guns N' Roses, you got cut. They dropped.
It all got shelved.
Everybody. So Firehouse.
That was all she wrote.
Yeah. All the Firehouse, Slaughter, Trickster, all the guys that were just coming up in the late 90s or 80s got dropped. So Vivian,
and you know, admittedly, a lot of those bands were like totally overrated and pompous, and they've been doing that shit for long enough, and it was kind of time for something new. But unfortunately, some really good bands did get caught up in that wash.
Yeah, they really did. But the neat thing was, in '92, Steve Clark,
Def Leppard guitar player that passed away with bad liver from drinking all too much.
Right.
Love Steve Clark. Those first 2 Def Leppard records are fucking the rule of rock and roll.
Oh, they're great. They're great. So they offered Viv a lifelong contract as a 1/5 member. Not a studio player, not a session guy, not a tour guy, but a 1/5 member lifelong contract. He accepted. And so I knew him back from when he was playing with my cousin. So when they came in town, we got the opportunity to hang out with them, play with them, and we did a show at Gas Monkey before it went away. And
that would have been one of the shows where I saw your band, where I saw you perform. Yes. I was definitely at that show.
Yeah, that was an incredible night. And I think out of everybody we've gotten to open for and play with and hang out with, that one and the Molly Hatchet show was probably fun because the guys at Molly Hatchet were just so cool and hung out, and they actually watched us perform from backstage. They didn't sit in their green room, didn't sit on their bus. The guys in Molly just stood backstage and watched us play. Cool. And when we got done with our set, we walked away, and there's the lead singer of Molly Hatchet and the guitar standing there like, oh, sorry, we didn't mean to get in your way. They're like, no, dude, we sitting here watching you guys play. Have y'all got another one? Y'all want to go out and play another one? Go for it. And so we turned around, went right back out. I mean, they were the nicest guys.
That is awesome.
Jam some Molly Hatchet.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but joining us here on the panel down there at the bottom right, we have Sammy Thomas and the Renegades, a relatively new band out of Mineral Wells. Welcome to the show, y'all.
What's up, folks? How y'all doing?
Bueno.
We're quite well. Welcome to the show. These folks, Sammy and the Renegades, are currently working on a new EP with our good friends at Session Works. And y'all have only been a band for like what, 2 years, maybe?
More like 2 months.
More like 2 months. Okay.
She has a CD in hand.
Yes, I do.
Very cool. Very nice. For the folks in the Mineral Wells area, you may have seen them recently at the Taqueria La Estrella and also the Crazy Spirits Ranch. Did those folks treat you well?
Yes, they did.
Absolutely.
They were amazing.
Wonderful. Yeah, we were just talking to our good friends at Flatline Road about playing 3 and 4 hour concerts. Have y'all been roped into any of those, or y'all still working out the kinks?
We've done 3 hour shows, but
I saw that.
but we mostly do 2 hour because we open up for other bands right now. But we have one coming up in June that's gonna be 4 hours, so we're working towards that.
Damn.
I know, but you got to take breaks. You got to take frequent breaks. I would assume like what, three 45-minute sets with a 15-minute break in between.
Yeah, about.
You're gonna play all 4 hours.
15-minute breaks and a 30-minute break were usually pretty solid.
Yeah, we go about an hour and a half, take a 30-minute break, and then finish out the rest of the night.
3 hours.
Well, Don Mills, we got you a solid lineup here tonight. You guys could put together multiple shows. Coming up here shortly, this is Cody Joe Pope, everybody. One of Fort Worth's hottest fucking guitar players, singer, songwriters. So this panel is a packed full panel of talented outlaw Western country right here. Love it.
It's a little different thing than our rock days, that's for sure.
So, what is it about country that speaks to you more than rock, metal, or disco?
The emphasis on the country part.
Than being mad at my mom. Every one of my songs don't have to be mad at my mom. That's the difference between country and rock.
Okay.
Well, if you'll notice, there's 2 guys right here that got a lot of gray. I think as you get older, you kind of gravitate more towards the lyrics of country music than you do rock.
Hey, just for men, guys. Just for men.
No, and here's the thing. Country music is taking over every genre of music there is. And the thing about it is storytelling in country music has been something that country was founded on. And it's something that has stayed on and will continue to stay on. And they will just change the style of how that story is told, really, to be honest with you. And what I learned a lot, like I grew up, I should be a 90s guy, all the grunge because I was in high school. But I got into music really early. My family was in the entertainment world before I was even born. My mom, I'm originally from Memphis. My mom was recently in Sunday school. And so she, and my family's been playing music forever. What I learned is...
Dave, stop chewing up.
What again?
There's a tappy coming from somebody, but we don't know where it is, and it's cutting into your feed.
It looks like it's coming from Dave. He's chewing on his mic.
Stop it.
I just made a copy of a wizard.
Yeah.
You were trying to tell a story and I couldn't understand anything. I was like, he's saying something.
Don't worry, Gandalf made it stop.
So you were talking about story?
Here's the thing about country music that is different than rock. The stories are so important to the song or to the fan base, and it connects with people way better than what rock does, unfortunately. When I was in rock, I loved the 80s guys. They told stories in their songs. You could have a CD that had a great party song, drinking song, a good workout song, good romantic ballad to hang out with your girl or guy with, and then, I don't know, something about something else. In the past 20 years, all I've seen is rock be angry at their mom, and that's it. And so country still is stuck to the storytelling, and I think that's really important because we all play music to connect with people. And I think rock has lost its way in connecting with people, unfortunately. And a lot of it is just, let me show you how aggressive I can be. That's cool. I used to do that forever. And I was plaqued at the Curtain Club and was in rock band and all that jazz. But then I woke up and one day and just decided I'm not angry anymore. And I'd love to be able to play I didn't do that. But I'd love to be able to play a different tempo of every song where every song did not sound like the same song. That's the hard thing about a lot of rock music is you can play the CD and it would sound like the first song all the way to the end, unfortunately.
And
I'm not putting it down because I'm a rock guy at heart. I still listen to rock and metal, but a lot of times it's just the same trick and same pony over and over and over and over.
So where do y'all fit in the realm of how y'all like folk music? Because folk music is storytelling and the basis, I feel like, where some of a lot of country had spun out of.
Americana that I would folk.
Well, it's yeah. I mean, Americana came into a huge play to that as well. But I've spent time in Eastern Kentucky in the mountains. I've actually stood on the porch of Loretta Lynn's cabin and seen all of it. Right, and seen guys who are still writing bluegrass, hanging out with Ricky Skaggs and hearing the true art of bluegrass and such, and the storytelling of it is just phenomenal. And seeing how guys can do more than 4 chords. Everybody makes fun of country because it's 3 chords and the truth, right? You've never seen a lead player till you watch a lead player play country because they don't have all that.
Hey, have you ever run in? Speaking of that, have you ever run into Andy Woods? Andy Woods is a guitar player. He plays for Ricky Skaggs.
Yes. Andy Woods is one of my closest friends.
Yeah,
he's one of my closest friends.
Really? Andy Woods from Knoxville, Tennessee? Andy Woods?
Mm-hmm. See, well,
Chris?
My background, I played with a lot of guys. I toured with Steve Warner back in the 90s, and I worked with a lot of guys over the years.
Steve.
And I've met a lot of those guys out there on the road. And honestly, I mean, you look at guys like that, Steve Earle.
Andy Woods is one of the very best
unknown guitar players.
Underrated.
Yeah, professionals know who he is. But nobody else really knows who he is, and he's one of the best guitar players ever.
Absolutely.
Well, hey, I'll
guys.
tell you what, we got a Dallas secret here that only the guys in the industry know.
Yeah.
And everybody has heard his music on probably every Texas country artist's album. Milo Deering.
Yes.
Is absolutely amazing steel guitar player.
Yeah.
We sent him one of our songs to lay down some steel on, and we just emailed it to him, and we've never hung out with him. We didn't talk with him or anything. Well, I have too, but we didn't talk to him about being on the project. We were recording at Fort Worth Sound with Bart Rose, and we talked about we'd love some steel.
Shout out Bart Rose, Fort Worth Sound. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I am Bart Rose's very first client ever when his recording studio was in Godley, Texas.
Yep.
Wow.
And so we've got Milo on a couple of our tracks, and the guy, we just sent it to him, and I want to say the next day we got the tracks back.
Yeah.
It was the next day, and they were so perfect that it sounded like he was in the room with us.
Right.
It was just incredible. And
his daughter's great too, Scarlett.
Oh, she is insane. But you guys have been recording over at Jeff Mont's studios.
Yes.
We've done that before.
Session works.
I have.
I've worked with Jeff off and on over the years with different artists, and he's phenomenal, outstanding.
Oh, Jeff's one of the greatest.
This is long hair.
Who's
yeah, we're lucky to have Jeff Mount. I'm even luckier to just had like slow time with him where he's talked to me about his family and his gospel singing grandfather. And, he's just told me a lot of beautiful stories. So, he's a beautiful human being, Jeff Mount is.
Because, like you, I grew up in music. I've been in this stuff since I was born, My granddad played with Buddy Holly way back, and him and Waylon were great friends, and he'd go up and visit with Waylon at the radio station. So I remember seeing guys come out to the house when I was growing up, picking guitar on the back porch with Granddad, because Granddad played a lot. He was a lead guitar player, and, and the sad part is, all those guys, like Buddy Holly and all them, they're all gone now, but, people don't realize that, Buddy's lead guitar player, his lifelong friend and lead guitar player, is still alive. Larry Weldon. He owns Wellborn Music, Durant, Oklahoma. Fantastic.
All right, Dave Jarvis. Sounds like we need to get an interview.
Outstanding guy. We need to come talk to you guys too, because man, Larry is phenomenal, man, and he could tell you some stories. But I grew up around all this stuff.
So did you know Tommy? Did you know Tommy Allsups?
That's funny. I was going to ask that question also. I've got a Tommy Allsup story. So did you know Tommy?
I did.
His son Austin's a good friend of mine.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Did you know Austin?
On my speed dial, man. I talk to him from time to time. Tommy Alverson, rest his soul. Love Tommy Alverson.
Oh, absolutely.
So what's Austin doing today?
Here's the thing that a lot of people don't know is Austin's sister has the quarter.
Yep.
She has it in her possession.
Okay.
And that's a scary thing to have in your family's possession.
Yeah.
Because Tommy, a lot people don't know, Tommy was the man that flipped the quarter that night.
Right. Okay. And she has the quarter.
He has the quarter. And
yeah, so let's tell the story real fast that basically this is the plane that Buddy Holly and the Big Bopper and Richie Valens, all three passed away on, and one more person, I'm so sorry, and the pilot. And there was a coin toss, and it was
Willie. Yes. Hey, so I got another story on that.
It was Austin's dad that won that lost the coin toss to the Big Bopper.
The coin toss.
Who did he lose it to?
Waylon Jennings.
Oh, okay. All right.
Waylon won. Waylon lost the toss.
Oh, okay.
Waylon had to go back on the bus.
Okay, it was Waylon. I got you. Thank you for getting the story straight. That's why I wanted to hear it.
Waylon was a drummer.
Yeah. Here's the scary part of this whole thing. Austin told me that when Waylon went back to the bus, it came from Tommy. Tommy said this, that Waylon said, I hope that plane crashed, because he was mad he didn't get on that bus.
Oh,
he didn't get on the plane. He had to go on the bus.
Oh, shit.
And he lived with that his entire life, and he regretted saying that his entire life.
Yeah, wild.
It's funny. Cody Joe Pope down there at the bottom, he wrote a song about it called Flying High Again. I, of course, made that completely up because I noticed him sitting there and not saying anything. Sorry, Cody. But come on, man. How you doing?
Hang on.
Oh, you're muted.
Hang on. Might be my fault. Try it again, Cody. Yeah, there you are. How are you, Cody?
Good.
All right, you're coming through loud and clear.
I thought I came in at the wrong time. I was just listening.
Appreciate you
being
here.
You're good, man. Absolutely. I just wanted to say, last year we dropped the Bolt Neck Monsters sampler, and I must say that one of the highlights of that album is his song "Flying High Again." Wonderful track, bro. Thank you for letting me use it on that album.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, sir. Yeah. For those of y'all that don't know, Cody is a guitar virtuoso. If you're not familiar with his old band, London Dungeon, he also does solo stuff, and he's got a beautiful head of hair.
I agree with myself.
I did too.
Check out what you sent me. It's playing in the background back there, but look. There it is.
Awesome.
Yeah, thanks for sending that.
It was dope.
Oh yeah. I could have
got it playing on the back screen behind us right now. I'll just leave that playing.
How long have you been playing?
Oh, shit.
All your life?
I don't know. I'm probably 25 years.
Damn. Self-taught?
Mostly.
Yeah.
Must have picked that guitar up as a child because you're barely looking 25 right now.
Do you like to play electric or do you like to play acoustic more?
I play both.
Yeah. You don't have like a favorite?
Oh, it depends on my mood.
Yeah. I'm a sucker for like acoustic sets. I love everything that's acoustic. It's just so much more raw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do a lot of acoustic shows.
Well, I apologize. That does it, Ariel. You have to hear his song. Okay. This dude is a fucking songwriter, everybody listening. This guy can craft a song. I mean, Ariel can too. For the record, Cody Joe Pope, this is Ariel, our host here at Blow Your Brains Out. And she's written many beautiful songs, but one is called Cold that I'll put up there with any song and say you just can't really write a song better than that song. It's
None are written about my mom, by the way. Throwing that out there.
All right, so I feel the same way. I agree with Dave Jarvis. I've been listening to this Bolt Neck CD for over a year now, pretty regularly in my car. That's what I listen to. And, dude, I love the song Flying High, and it's going to be my honor. Thanks for sending it to us.
No, thank you.
If you don't mind, I'd like to play it right now. Would you like to introduce it?
Yeah. No, it was written. I dated a French model for a little bit, for like a very short time.
Nice.
And didn't last long, but it, I don't know, came out with a catchy song. It was inspired. So yeah.
Here we go then. Flying High.
She has the power to bring the devil to his knees. I tell her that I need
right, man. Very good. What do you say?
Yeah.
Let's go around the horn here. Don Mills and crew, what do you think of that?
Very good, man. I really dig the jam on that. That sounded really cool, man. I really dig the jam of it. That's got a good vibe to it. Love the voice, man. The voice is fantastic. That is just great. It's got some soul in it.
We were talking about Molly Hatchet earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Got a nice Molly Hatchet, 38 special, but in the kick-ass way, like a heavy.
It's kind of that late 70s, early 80s vibe, which is sadly lost in rock right now. It's just lost, and that brings a really good feel back to what rock music was supposed to be.
Yeah,
good time party music,
doesn't it? Like, I fucking love that song, and so now's just as good a time as any to tell everyone you can check Cody Joe Pope out at this show coming up on Saturday, May the 31st. It's on the Brazos River at a park, a nice, clean park with restrooms called Star of the River.
Oh, that place is great.
You've been there? Thank you.
Yes,
so
beautiful.
The music is great, too. We'll see y'all there. I will be there. We'll all have a good time together camping out. All right, real quick, Sammy Thomas and the gang here. I'd like to get your feedback. What do you think of that song?
That was amazing. Great. That was super cool.
Love the guitar. Yeah, and I love the vocal. The vocals out there, man. That's outstanding.
Thanks.
All right, so we're telling you what you already know, Cody Joe Pope. Thank you, man, for doing what you do, bro, and thanks for being here tonight.
Appreciate it.
I've got a question for Sammy and the gang. Y'all are from Mineral Wells. That must be a hotbed of great country music. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Very much
It's been outstanding out here. I'm humbled right to the ground to be working with these two on this music, and I've got to hand it to this young lady, Sammi. I mean, she's really young, but she is one of the most astounding songwriters I've ever seen. And you guys, I challenge all of you guys, check it out. Sammi Thomas and the Renegades on Facebook. And if you guys want a copy of the single, we'll be happy to send you a copy of the CD. We'll all autograph it for you. So send us a message on there. We'll send you one for $5. They're pretty nice. Like this young lady is awesome, and she's got a huge future ahead of her. As many years as I've been in the business, I think that this young lady has got something that a lot of people don't. She don't sound like everybody else. She's got her.
Well, we're just gonna believe you for now and allow you to take advantage of this opportunity to come back when you have your music recorded from Session Works, and let's debut it to the world here and enjoy it together. What do you say?
Yeah.
Hey, that sounds great.
That does sound great.
That's what we're all about, man. Just call us a launching pad.
So if you check your email,
you say?
Rick, I sent you the Flatline Road music video we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, please do. That's to everybody listening.
Right now. You've got it right now, so you can watch that at your convenience and leisure, man.
Yeah, well, and as you can see, I was able to put that little clip in the background for fun, So there's a lot of things we can do to help everyone. But really, we do an hour-long show that is Blow Your Brains Out Radio that features all local music. So send your MP3s. But, I do have a vision to play more videos. And I would like to have all the bands send me your videos. And I could stack them together and create like a 2-hour video show, and then run that in rotation on YouTube for 24 hours or something.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. So if you have a video, Cody Joe Pope, send it to me. I just need an MP4 and I can put it right in here and play it.
Sounds good to me.
And I'm fixing, hey, for the record, while I'm on it, David, is we're about to upgrade our StreamYard. We're broadcast through StreamYard, so we're about to go pro on the StreamYard. I'm going to have so many more new features and be able to play those videos, probably with better quality sound.
Very cool. Very cool. So I was going to ask Sammi, do y'all have any gigs coming up that our fans should be made aware of?
Yes.
Yeah, we got one on May 31st out at the Crazy Spirits.
and then we've got a 2 hour. We've got a car show that we're playing on July 21st out at the Crazy Spirits.
Very nice. Very nice. And Cody, do you have any shows or albums or anything you're working on currently?
Yeah, I'm in the studio right now at Boltneck Studios.
Yeah, Chuck Redding, Boltneck.
Yeah, I love Chuck. Yeah, I'm recording right now. I have a single that I'm working on, another single that I'm working on that's coming out soon, and then I have an EP coming out right after that. And then the right now shows, I have a private party Memorial Day weekend. I'm doing then the Hillbilly Throwdown, and then I have 2 festivals with my backing band at the end of the month. At the end of the year, I'm at Rocklahoma.
Nice.
And a Halloween festival up in Tahlequah, Oklahoma in October.
Very cool.
Yeah, congrats.
I like the Rocklahoma one just because I've played there twice with London's Dungeon, playing lead guitar for them, but it'll be my first time doing 2 sets there with my own music.
Awesome.
So
very cool.
Other than that, I'm just booking. When I'm not doing my own music, I play lead guitar for a bunch of people. So either rock, blues, or country.
Trifecta.
I'm not gonna lie. The bands that we have on the panel tonight would probably make a really awesome concert. Just throwing that out there.
Throwing that in the ether.
I'll let you do some ether.
There
Just
we
talk
are.
it into existence.
Yeah, shouting into the void. Here we go. I've got the Facebook page pulled up here for Cody Joe Pope. So everybody go over there and harass him. But more than anything, look for the links to buy his music and get out and enjoy some good Southern rock lead guitar, good vocals right here. And then, hey, Cody, when you get your music recorded, you know where to bring it to launch it out into the crazy social media world.
Hey, we're game for that concert.
Hey, talk to Chuck. He does sound. We got Megan Mosh Pit here. Hey, Megan, you want to put together a show with this band's here?
I'd love to be putting together way more shows than I'm doing right now. I'll tell you that.
Dave Jarvis, you ready to put that show together? I'm just playing, y'all. It's a great idea. I wished I had a venue right now.
Yeah, whoever's out there in Blow Your Brains Out land, y'all are watching the show. Y'all know what to do. Talk to these wonderful people, because you're going to get 3 amazing sounds from 3 amazing groups. And so, and this is the perfect time of year to have such wonderful music, man.
That's right.
If the venues aren't listening, the bookers damn sure are, and that'd be Torch and Silly Goose and Jarko. So here's you a show, guys. We've set it up for you on a silver platter. Make it happen, and we'll promote the hell out of it for you, as you already know.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Absolutely.
Cody, what's up? David, Ariel.
Hi,
what's up,
Megan.
everybody?
Hey, Megan.
Hey. Now
Thank
this
you for
song.
being here.
Hey,
Megan, do you know this guy here, Cody Joe Pope?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Indeed. He's a very talented, skilled guy, and he is a little heartthrob, little cutie.
Of course.
Look at him.
Somewhat.
He's got us all excited on the panel tonight.
Hey.
And how about this show coming up? This is just in 2 weeks now, right?
Yeah, pretty much. It's like 17 days.
17 days, everybody. I'm going to be there. We're going to have a blow your brains out little table set up with stickers and buttons. That's all we have right now. But everybody bring what you got. Let's go have a good time with
Literally
on the river. Pitch a tent.
Stuff is coming to a culmination. We are going to descend upon the river. We will party. It will be epic.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Megan.
Brittany.
Okay, so we are closing in on concert calendar time, but before we do, I'd just like to pose a question to everybody in the panel that I pose to most people. Let's start with Dawn, and then we'll go to Sammi, and then we'll go to Cody. Dawn, how would you like to be remembered?
Somebody that left a footprint that helped save people's lives, change people's lives, and meant something to people. That when they think about what I've done throughout my life and career, that it helped people.
Awesome.
That's wonderful.
I thought they were saying. I was listening earlier, listening about your work. I was like, man, this guy is awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
what you're doing. And it isn't about what other people think about what you're doing. It's about what God thinks about what you're doing. And I think he's probably pretty proud of you.
Well, I appreciate it. It's a lot of hard work. I mean, the hotels that we stayed in South Sudan rivaled the best hotels on Broadway Avenue in Haltom City.
Right.
All right.
Or any roadway inn or nights in or whatever. But the interesting thing.
Yeah, not to mention those flights.
Oh, man, let me tell you. But here's something that's actually really interesting is our next trip, we are going to Angola, Africa, and we're going to a village that is so remote that we can't get there, shoot, and do all of our interviews and B-roll and stories and all that, then get in cars and get back to civilization before nightfall because you don't want to be trying to travel Africa at night for numerous reasons. So we're going to be camping outside the village. And as bad as that sounds, we're going to be able to see the galaxy under the African skies.
Nice.
That's pretty incredible to be able to say that, we've gotten the opportunity to do that. And I've been around the world and shot in most continents. I have not been to Antarctica and have no desire to go to Antarctica. But one of the highlights was standing on the Great Wall of China, filming it, and a northern high school choir was on the wall at the same time we were, and they sang a cappella for us, Cantonese, on the wall.
That was
pretty incredible. Yeah, it really was.
Amazing.
And I was looking in your chat, and somebody recognized Jim Brewer from one of the pictures you threw up, and yeah, that is Goat Boy. And he's a fun guy, and he is just as funny off camera as he is on camera. And just a great soul and a great heart. And he's just a really neat dude. So I didn't mean to take that and just go left because I do it all the time.
You're all right, man.
This way.
Pivot's what we do. It's the name of this game.
Yeah, but honestly, I mean, if I was able to leave a mark, it's people said, that guy wasn't about making it all about him. It was helping everybody else.
That's wonderful, man. Thank you very much.
I have 4 words to live
Sammi and the Renegades, how would y'all like to be remembered?
4 words. Don't go to Mexico.
Not with Amadeus.
Yeah. Does that work? That works.
That works.
Go ahead, Sammi.
I want to be remembered for the stories that I tell in my music. Because what I write is from the heart. And that's one of the reasons why I've gone so far is because I write completely different than a lot of other writers. I write about stuff that actually happens. And that's what I want to be remembered for.
That's it.
That is awesome.
About stuff that actually matters. I believe you. Can't wait to hear your music. Please do share.
Me too. I want to hear it. Have you guys played over there? You're in Mineral Wells band, right?
Yes.
So have you guys played over there at the Crazy Water Ranch?
Crazy Spirits Ranch, yes.
Yeah, Crazy Spirits Ranch. I went there with my girlfriend, and it was awesome. And that guy, Seth, that's putting on all the covert concerts, is a great dude, and his events are always awesome.
I'm always there, so if you go up there, I can probably meet you. So.
All right.
Well, you can come to the Hillbilly Throwdown, which is right down the road on 281. and see me and meet me there too.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, and to add to what she says, you know, my goal in music, because I've worked in music for so many years, you know. I've worked for Miller Pro, I've worked for Austin Light and Sound, I've worked with the Eagles during Hell Freezes Over tour. I played bass for Dwight Yoakam and Steve Wariner back in the 90s. And my goal is to embrace young artists that are coming up. You know, I really understand that, you know, music can change your life. It's changed my life for the better for many years. It's a job that I've had the opportunity to do what I've done and see the things that I've gotten to see over the years. And I want to share that with everybody that I can share it with.
Well put.
Eloquent.
That's wonderful, man.
Yes.
Most definitely.
You know,
And
it's
Cody
all
Joe
musicians. It's all musicians. I support all people, love all people equally. But I just happen to have an experience where I met Daryl Abbott when we were little teenagers because, you know, I loved music and guitar playing enough to go knock on the door of the greatest guitar player in town. And look, we developed a great relationship, and it turned out to be Daryl Abbott. So that's my shout out to you, brother, and everyone listening in the spirit of Daryl Abbott. Yeah, man.
It's a beautiful
encourage
thing.
the kids, man.
It's a beautiful thing for all of us, you know, because we have a responsibility to the younger generations coming up. You know, we have to embrace the fact that, you know, this is something that they're just coming into, and we have to embrace that and share that. And I'm going to share it with the whole world for as long as my hands will allow me to play that bass guitar and sing those back.
There you go.
We appreciate you sharing it with us tonight, and hope you made yourself at home. As always, you are welcome and encouraged back, especially when you have new music or a show to promote.
Well, we got a lot of live videos on the Facebook page. Look, Sammi Thomas and the Renegades. Look us up on Facebook. We've got a lot of live videos from some of our shows. Y'all check it out, and it's a blast. We love
right here.
We've got a camaraderie between the three of us, and we just come together.
It's right there, everyone. Let's see. Is that the one? Yeah, that puts us on the bottom. So there's the page. It's Sammi Thomas and the Renegades. Everybody head over there. From there, find the website, the links, and get ready to purchase some new music from Sammi Thomas and the Renegades as soon as Jeff's done over there working his magic at Session Works.
Hey, and you guys come check out the Hillbilly Throwdown because we're going to be looking for new bands as soon as we're done with the show for next year.
Hit us up. We'd love to
David, take it away.
Absolutely. And finally, Mr. Cody Joe Pope, how would you like to be remembered, sir?
I'd like to be remembered as somebody who inspired young guitar players like I was inspired.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
As coming in and tying it all up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who inspired you as a young guitar player, Cody?
Ace Frehley.
Yeah.
I grew up. I was kind of like a surprise kid.
Yeah.
When my mom was 41 when she had me, my
that kind of right.
Three of my siblings, you know, grew up in the 70s and 80s, and so because of my mom, I grew up listening to a lot of Elvis and Marty Robbins and Johnny Horton and all that.
Yeah,
Marty Robbins is the reason why I want to be a songwriter. And then because of my siblings, I grew up with Kiss and Iron Maiden and Aerosmith and all that. And that's how I got into. Really, how I got into it is because both my brothers, when I was 6 years old, took me to go watch Kiss on the Kiss reunion tour.
Yeah,
and that kind of really pushed it and really started it all for me. So it's just like that mixture of storytelling, songwriting with that bombastic, like bluesy guitar.
Love it.
Take that, all you Kiss haters.
And then, yeah, just a mixture of all that.
Yeah.
I'm very,
hey, bro, I want to tell you personally, I will be there, and I hope to see you. I'm bringing my grandson, so I might be running past you, chasing after him. But I really hope to see you perform, and that will probably be the highlight of my day.
Oh, definitely. I may have both my daughters there too.
All right, they can chase my child while I jam with you. Perfect.
The kids are all going to be running around playing, hanging out together. We'll just watch them as a team, guys. It'll be us against the kids. We got this.
It's all good. I don't let my kid out of my sight, but I also don't hover over him. I let him have.
It's going to be a good time. It's always a good time.
I love this theme of everybody paying it forward. Yes, so anybody that's interested in what is going on in and around the Metroplex, take it away, Rick.
All right, get your asses out and have some fucking fun here in Dallas, Fort Worth. That's what the weekly concert calendar is all about, facilitating everybody having fun with music here in Dallas, Fort Worth. And I'm happy to tell you about this show on May the 31st, Saturday, May the 31st, the Hillbilly Throwdown Float Fest featuring the Trespassers. Woo! That's going to be amazing. Cortez, that's going to be on. You want some heavy music? We had Biggers. We had Biggers in the chats earlier getting a pull. That's
my brother from another mother. He's scarred soul for life.
Diggers. So then also Kill the Jabberwocky, and you just heard earlier Cody Joe Pope, which, Cody, with your permission, we will add Flying High to our regular rotation on the Blow Your Brains Out radio show, which takes place after this weekly concert calendar.
Oh, nice. Yeah, definitely.
All right, that's Eddie Lee, everybody. We have Eddie Lee on board with us tonight, but his mic is pretty whack, so I know that you all love him as much as I do. Let's Hello, Eddie Lee. How are you, brother?
Hey, what's up, guys? I cannot hardly hear you. It is loud as hell in here. We are at the Pentagram show live at Lava Cantina, and they're about to hit the stage. We're out here for Chris Tony Iommi Mitchell's birthday. So here he is right here. And here's also got Bill Caesar Butler Pugh and Jack Slaughter with us. And we also